Hello, fellow Rebel Capitals. Hope you are well. So, today we're going to go over this YouTube strategy that I just used to make $100,000. And the best part about this is we're going to explain to you guys how you can do the exact same thing to not only start an online business, but to grow any business you have, regardless of whether you're starting from scratch or you're making $100 million, or if it's a brick and mortar or online, digital, doesn't matter. You can use this exact same strategy. So, Josh, you ready to dive right in, partner?
I'm excited.
Excited. All right, let me do the screen share.
If you don't know, this is my favorite topic to discuss. I don't know why, it gets me pumped up.
We're making money, Yeah, we call this a sales funnel. So let's walk you guys through this step by step. We're going to go over, just as an example, we're going to go to my main channel, and we're not going to look at Bama Bass. We're actually going to do that on the next video for Rebel Capital's Business Accelerator. So if you watch the next video we do, you're going to see us go over this YouTube channel. Okay, but let's get back to what we're talking about on this video. So last night I posted this whiteboard. It says, it's, Warren Buffett, I'm selling. It's official. He's preparing for a crash. So what I'm talking about here is the fact that he's all in cash, biggest cash position he's ever had, by the way, as a percentage of his portfolio, and how the S&P 500, based on a couple different metrics, is in the biggest bubble. And it's not my opinion. It's just, it is what it is. But then I go through and just kind of go over things that you can do to actually protect yourself. And that was the gist of the whiteboard video. So right now it's got 102,000 views, which is great. We posted this 15 hours ago. So to have 100,000 views already, that's fantastic. Josh, what do you think this video will get? 250,000?
Well, I mean, the last few whiteboard videos are getting between 250 and 400,000. So I would say right now, if it's getting
a couple, not everyone, but we had a couple in there. So
for,
I think
for the comparable, though, the ones that are in the range of your
top
last
three.
5. And so this one's crushing compared to those. I think it'll get at least 250,000 views.
Yeah, and look at this. It's only 600 off of number 1.
Yeah.
And so what did that Michael, the Wall Street Insider, what did that video?
That one got like 300,000+, I think.
340. Yeah, so this video will get probably over 250,000 views, but that's not the point. The point is, at the end of this video, I do just a very subtle pitch for Rebel Capitalist Pro. So at the end of the video, we talk about some of the things that we're doing in the community. And then I say, if you guys want more information, I'll put it in the description below. It wasn't a real hard pitch at all. And it was only maybe, 30 seconds. You guys can watch the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. So then what we do is this drives traffic directly to the landing page. So this video would be the top of the funnel. And so then we go over to our landing page. Now, what this is, these are the statistics from Go High Level. And this is the back end kind of CRM. It might get confusing. Don't worry about it. This is just where we build the web pages that we use for the sales process. So it keeps the statistics here for your conversion rate on your sales page. And that sales page, just so you know, looks just like this. So this would be our sales page. So the URL that we gave them to click on from that video, top of the funnel, do the subtle pitch, give them the link, they click on the link, and this is the page they come to. And so from here, they learn more about Rebel Capitalist Pro, and then they can either do one of these options. So then the back-end analytics here are telling you what your conversion rates are for that specific sales page. So let's see here. Right. What we did is we went back a little over a month, just because that's on the 11th of August is when we started this brand new landing page that we built. And so you can see that we've had 97 people go ahead and opt in for the monthly. And then we've had, 29 opt for the annual. So we have about a 6-month LTV. Josh, do you want to explain quickly what an LTV is?
It's just lifetime value of a customer. So
Right.
if your product is $99 per month, your lifetime value is the average amount of time someone is paying you that $99. So for George, the average person will stay for 6 months. That means the lifetime value is $600.
Roughly, yeah, you got it. So what we can do here is we can just add up everything that we've made. That's kind of cash in, if you want to look at it that way. That's what I used to call it before I retired, was just cash in. And then we can say, okay, we've got 97 people here that are now on a monthly program, and they're likely going to equal $600. So then you just take the 97 times 600 or so, and you get roughly 58. You add this all together and you get about what was it, Josh? 85,000.
Yeah, 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 it is. My mic was just loud.
So about 85,000. And then if you think about the amount of revenue we generated from the videos over just from YouTube AdSense over the last month or so, it's going to be right around $15,000. So that's how you get to the $100,000 mark in the last little over a month by using this strategy and this technique. And it's something that anybody can do, regardless of what type of business you have, regardless of what stage, regardless of what your revenue is, if you're a complete noob or if you're an OG, it doesn't matter. You can use this strategy to go ahead and achieve your financial goals. So, Josh, do you have anything to add before we dive into some more details?
No, I want to keep on going.
Okay, great. So now let's go over, and what's really exciting about this, by the way, guys, let's go to these channels. Now you can see that I'll put the link in pretty much every one of these whiteboard videos, but I don't pitch Rebel Capital's Pro in every one. So going back to, let's see, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whiteboard videos within that time frame that we just pulled up on Go High Level. Okay, which equaled the however many sales we had, 100 and something odd sales. And so out of these 5 videos, Josh, do you remember how many times I pitched Rebel Capital as Pro?
Probably 2.
I think it was twice. I think it was because we did Monetary Metals, which is a sponsorship deal. We didn't even include that in the 100,000. I guess we could talk about that as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to say how much they pay you.
I'm not going to say how much they pay. No, I'm not going to say how much they pay. But let's just put it this way. You can tell how much I made on just pitching Rebel Capital as Pro twice. And that equaled basically what we have here. Now, to be fair, I did pitch it a couple times on the live streams as well. So let's just say in total, I've pitched it 5 times within this time frame that you see here going back to August 11th. I've pitched it 3 times on live streams and twice on whiteboard videos. It's going to be somewhere in that neighborhood. So that equaled the, what did we have total here? 85,000 in sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've got to think about how much revenue I'm generating from just pitching it on one. In fact, we can do that, Josh. Let's actually do that right now. So that video, the first whiteboard, that was released last night. So today is the 19th of September. So what we can do is just pull up the statistics from that one video. We go to the 18th, 19th. We'll go ahead and pull up the stats there. And so far, we've had 27 people sign up. Now, we've had a couple people bump right here. So right now we've got 2, let's just say, I guess that's 3. Let's just say 6,000 right here. We've got, let's just call it 27,000. And then we've got 22 people in the monthly. So this, let's see, what's 22 times 600 here? Okay, so that's going to be 13,000 plus the, what do we call it, 6,000. So almost 20 grand. So right around 20 grand.
In one video. George, why don't you do this every day?
Yeah, I should. I just don't like to get too salesy. But I think there's a way. At the end of the day, that's why you got to have confidence in your product, right? Because if you know you've got the best product out there, if you know it provides tremendous value, and if you know it's actually going to help people that choose to use it, then you shouldn't have a problem pitching your good or service, because you're doing people a favor. I mean, that's the way I think you should look at it. That's the morally and ethically way to look at it, and it's a win-win-win. That's what's so great about free market capitalism, right? It's the invisible hand of Adam Smith. So anyway, if you're looking at a sponsorship deal, if you, let's say your business wanted to sponsor one of my whiteboard videos, guess what you'd have to pay me? you'd have to compensate me, because I could use that whiteboard video to do this, right? So anyway, I think that gives people an idea of how you can also look at sponsorships when you start building up your YouTube channel and you get sponsors that come to you. Now you kind of know how to price it. You got to say, well, okay, if I had this, let's just say,
Well, so George,
online
I,
real
I
estate.
have a sponsorship company, and so I'm negotiating all day, all the time. And so the
Yep,
way that you price the sponsorships, it's on something called a CPM, which
there
is
you go.
cost per milli. And
Yep.
so it's all math based. It's based upon the amount of views that you get, and then that's for always the test trial when a sponsor will take you on.
Yep.
So when I'm negotiating with a company that has a $250,000 budget for the, let's say, Q4, which is a company that I'm negotiating with right now, they are saying that they want to spend between a $30 and a $50 CPM, which is cost per milli or cost per thousand for the leads.
Wow,
And
up to 50.
yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a
And
lot.
so if George is getting 250,000 views on a video on a $50 CPM,
It's
he'd be
going to be
getting paid.
250, because it's that per thousand, guys. So
Yeah.
that's 250. Let's just do time, 35 times 35. That's 8750, $8,750.
Yeah. And so that is pretty standard for the finance niche, depending on the trust factor of the audience. And so that's where I'm negotiating for clients that I have right now that are in that niche for long-term 4 to 6 month deals.
Yeah. So I think the YouTube strategy that we're talking about isn't necessarily sponsorships. I just thought that was an interesting side note. What it's really all about is having your product, your service, your offline business, and creating content that's the top of the funnel. But then what you're doing is you're driving them onto a landing page where you're getting that person more familiar with your brand. And either you're doing a call to action, a sale right there, or you're incentivizing them to come into your store, or it's just pure branding, something like that. This is kind of the secret sauce, if you will. And this is a strategy that is just absolutely incredibly powerful. And if you don't believe me, I mean, here are the receipts. The proof is in the pudding. And the great news is, I know a lot of people are probably sitting back and saying, "Oh, George, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to get 250,000 views on a video or whatever." That's not the point. The point is, even if you're getting 250 views on a video, if
I'm
you've
so
got the
glad you
right
said that, George.
audience, you're going to be able to make this work for you. It might just be at a slightly smaller scale, but that's why you just keep doing this, keep iterating, keep getting better and better and better. And after 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to be right there where George Gammon is. And you're going to be able to do not just the exact same thing, but the exact same numbers.
So, George, I'm so glad you used that exact same number, because we just did a webinar 2 weeks ago for a client that we have that's in the tax niche, and they want to sell a $2,500 product, which is an in-person event where you can get super in-depth tax strategies. And they have a great offer. They have great risk reversal where you get your money back if that event doesn't help you save 50% on your 2026 taxes. And so
And then explain a risk reversal. What is that?
and so people they always want the end result, whatever it is, whatever the dream state. You're either running away from some sort of pain, your current situation that you're in, or you're trying to chase a better future. And so people are willing to pay the harder the pain you're solving is, or the better future you're promising. But people are not just thinking about, will this work for me? But they're thinking, this is a really big investment. Is this going to work?
It's
So
the
the
risk reward,
more you, yeah,
the risk reward.
the
So with
cost benefit
my
analysis
product,
that George always says.
so with my product, what you can do here is if you go to this page, you see that at the bottom, I think we're giving a money back guarantee. I think here we go, a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you do a monthly program, your total risk is $97. Your total risk is $97. And in fact, it's $0 because out of pocket it's 97, but then you can get a 30-day money back guarantee and get your $97 back. So
Yeah.
basically you have zero risk and all of this upside. We're here, and then I think we go over, we go over some of the things that we've discussed in Rebel Capitalist Pro and their outperformance relative to the S&P 500. And look at this, Borders and Southern was a company I wish I would have bought. I didn't, but this is one that Chris McIntosh was talking about. And so far year to date, it's up 301%. That's pretty good. That's better than, so anyway, what we're doing here is we're showing here, this is your potential upside. This is your potential reward. What's your risk? Where was it?
Nothing.
There it is.
Well,
Your risk is zero. Your risk is
Yeah.
zero. So that's a pretty good risk reward. And that's exactly what Josh is talking about.
And so the more enticing your offer is mixed with how little risk you can have in the eye of the buyer, the higher your conversions will be. And so we had 250 people on this webinar. And for a lot of clients, you're really if you're doing a live webinar, you're really hoping for a great webinar between like 5 and 10% conversion rate. So we were hoping for around on the up end 25 sales for the webinar plus the post sequence. And we ended up getting more than that, which is pretty rare. We did 35 sales at $2,500. And so that was actually sold out. That's just how many they hold. And then that's a funnel where they go to the live event and then they get upsold on a $15,000 product, which has more benefits and then more done with you to where, hey, all this information that we showed you, this will work for you. And here's how to make it work. But if you just want us to do it for you, then you can just pay us and we'll do it all for you, which is kind of the natural value ladder of most products. But just a webinar with 250 people on made over $85,000 from just one webinar, which is incredible for having a micro channel that is not large, not super large, just attracting the right kind of people for the right kind of business, absolutely crushes it. But I really want to go over one thing, which was the point of this video for me. And it's, if you have a high ticket product, how do you get as many people as possible to buy it? Because there's one client that we have where I'm going to share our funnel. So this is a product that is helping people retire in 10 years or less. And the product is actually exceptional. They have a super high LTV and the success rate is remarkably higher than any product I've ever seen in this niche, which is why, no, this is our client, Ryan D. Lee. They have a $5,000 product, which they sell from a book calling funnel. And so they get leads, they send them to book a call. The salesman tries to close them on the $5,000 product, done with you service to help you retire in 10 years. But the problem is the likelihood of someone buying that and investing that much, even with a great offer, even with a great salesman, is still very low with a low risk factor or with a low trust factor. And he has a very small channel and we just took over to hopefully get him a lot more brand awareness. But what they did in the way that we repositioned this to where now we're selling more of the $5,000 product, substantially more, is starting by selling a lower ticket product, which is all the material that someone would need for $500. So this, what you're seeing is the above product to get them to.
So you build the trust factor with the lower ticket product. And then actually, once you have that trust factor, then you can go ahead and say, hey, here's the $5,000 product.
It's a little bit better than that. That's what they were doing. And this is what we fixed. So they created the $500 product because they said the most likely buyer is a current buyer. If you have a great product, you really just want to sell to your current customer list. So what we did is we changed it a little bit where you have that once someone buys the $500 product, which is now we pretty much drive all the traffic that we're getting from his YouTube channel to the $500 product. But then that comes with an onboarding call to where you can help that person get the end result easier. So you buy the $500 product, your goal is to retire in 10 years on your current income to replace it with passive income. And so an onboarding call, a person's going to come in and they're going to help you get that end result. And if you qualify, they are then going to act that as a sales call to sell you on the $5,000 product.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now, if we bring 10 people in the door on the $500 product, which would be $5,000, they're closing 40% of them on the $5,000 product. And
Yeah, yeah.
before, if we sent 10 people to the $5,000 product, they were closing 2. And so you're making double the sales and getting paid to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're just taking that sales call and turning it into a feature for the $500 product, basically.
Exactly. And so this is the epicenter of a funnel. Russell Brunson invented this pretty much, or he didn't necessarily invent it, but he coined the term.
Yeah.
So that's why you start low ticket and then you ascend people up
Mhm.
higher tickets as you go on and on once they are ready. The best
Yeah.
buyers are always going to be your current ones. It's so much easier to sell someone that you already sold on something than to sell a person who doesn't know you, like you, or trust you.
Mm, yeah. It'd be interesting to see, and I've never done the research, but I should probably do it this year to see out of, let's say we have 1,000 people that buy tickets for Rebel Capitalist Live. Like how many of those are Rebel Capitalist Pro
Yeah,
subscribers?
I bet
And
it's
it'd probably
probably
be pretty high.
20% plus. It's
Probably
probably
pretty
pretty
high.
high. And so a lot of the metas that a lot of the pro internet marketers are doing right now are
Mhm.
having lower and lower ticket offers just to get people in the door to where then they can sell them other stuff. Also, the biggest thing if you're having a webinar is make sure you have a VIP option. The reason for that is so they already pay you. So we had a $20 VIP upsell for that tax client offer. And so we
Yeah.
had 1,000 people sign up. Of those, 20% bought the VIP ticket. Almost every single purchase that we had was from the VIP offer. And the
Okay.
reason for that is the
So,
VIP people who choose to buy from you, you
yeah.
give them additional free value in exchange for the VIP. It comes with other stuff, but they're more likely to attend live. And when you're having a live event, you want people to be there and be focused. And when you have skin in the game, the likelihood of you attending is substantially higher. But it's also, once you buy from someone, the likelihood that you buy again is substantially higher. So
Yeah.
then those people that bought the VIP were way more likely to actually buy the in-person event for that tax
Yeah, and it
client.
helps you offset your ad costs if you're doing cold traffic. So let me just kind of summarize here, because I know you said you went in a lot of different directions there, and so just bring this back to the basics for the viewer. So this YouTube strategy that we're talking about here, it's really just creating content that's going to be top of the funnel. And then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to drive that. You do a call to action at the end of the video, and or in the middle, or wherever you want to do. There's a call to action there, and that's going to drive traffic to somewhere. Now you can drive traffic directly to a webinar, like Josh is just talking about, or you can drive traffic to a landing page like the one that we just went over for Rebel Capital's Pro, that just goes into a $97 a month or $970 annually. We could drive people to a landing page for Rebel Capitalist Live, but you could also drive people to a sales page if you're a plumber or a restaurant. Or I think we talked about in the last video where Josh has another client that is a company that does tea. Now, just and when I say tea, I mean like the coffee tea. And they have brick and mortar locations like tea shops where you go in there and you sip your coffee, you get on your computer. So this is something that, again, is applicable to any business out there. And it all starts with finding that niche, creating great quality content for them that provides just maximum value. And then occasionally, not everyone, but occasionally when it makes sense, just do that subtle CTA, call to action, and take them somewhere. Now, then that's where the strategy comes in. Are you going to take them to a landing page? If so, what are you going to sell? And how are you going to deliver that? What's your strategy to sell them on whatever product it is you have? Are you going to give them free coupons? Is it a branding thing? Are you going to drive them to an online, let's say, school community that you have for free, like Rebel Capital's Business Accelerator, where you can provide even more value and build and nurture that relationship, let's say. These are all options you have. So let's take it back, Josh, and think about this through the lens of a plumber. So if you and I own a plumbing company and we want to generate more leads, we've got enough plumbers to handle additional business, let's say. So how would we do this? Okay, well, we would start creating content around the business we have. So this is how you, in fact, let me go to YouTube right now. And we didn't do this in advance, but let me just switch this up.
Yeah, while you were talking, I was actually pulling up as well, like how to fix a pipe. The first
Yeah,
one that I found has 850,000 views.
really. Hey, let me
850,000.
how let's see, or we could use this too. Best. You probably never, you know what a snake is?
No clue.
Yeah, I had to use these all the times on my rental properties. So here you go. Is this the best residential drain cleaning machine? And we just used to call it a snake. So what you do, Josh, is if you have a clogged pipe, let's say the pipe going from your house out to the street is clogged, you have to take this snake and put it down the pipe, and it goes down there, and then you kind of, I think we used to do it manually. You kind of spin it, and then it cranks out all the gunk that's in the pipe, and it frees up the plumbing. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So here you go. Drain X spin grip drain auger. Steel plumbing drain snake with 25. So you're basically doing a review. And look at this, Josh. This guy has 812 subscribers,
Yeah, this video got
95,000.
9.
And that's, but it's the company. It's the
Yeah.
company. So the company is doing a how-to. Let me try to find a plumbing company here. Millennial Review. The Landlord's Workshop. Oh, okay. Ideal. So this guy, if he's not, he should be selling info products to landlords on how to manage properties better. So this is perfect. So what he's doing, got 28,000 views. A great hook, huh? It just shows a toilet. Oh, that's awesome. That is classic. So this guy has 6,000 subscribers, 28,000 views on this. And I know you guys can't hear. So basically, he's just saying, I'm going to show you how to unclog this toilet. And
So,
he's going
like,
to,
why are we even going over this? We're going over this because if you are a plumber or any business, if you're using content as your mechanism to get more leads, there is infinite ways for you to monetize it to get more clients for your plumbing business, but also there's so many other revenue streams that you could derive from it. But there's
yeah,
also not a whole lot of competition. If we went over a while ago, this car mechanic guy that gets a lot of views, that
tons of
all
views.
he does is explain what he's doing at work, and he's
Yeah.
showing people, hey, I have this Ford, here are the problems with it, here's what I'm fixing, here's what you need to know about it. If you're a plumber, you have that same type of information and knowledge base on things that go wrong at people's houses. So
Yep.
while you're at someone's house fixing their pipe or fixing whatever it is that you're doing, if you go over, here's the problem that they have, here's how I'm fixing it, here's how you can do this for yourself. Or if you're in XYZ location, if you want us to just come and fix it for you, we can. And then you
So let,
drop
let,
an
let,
affiliate.
okay. So let's pump the brakes here a little bit. So what we're talking about, mechanic, F-150 comes into the office and he's like, great. Okay, let's do a video on this. So he goes through and he figures out all the problems. And the video is, here's what to look for if you're buying a used Ford F-150. You see? So then if I'm, oh my gosh, I'm buying a Ford F-150, what are some of the things that can go wrong? I definitely want to watch this video, and it's from a mechanic, and he's going to go through and tell me what's wrong on one of his clients' Ford F-150s and what he usually sees as problems with this car. Great. Click on the video. So then you sit there, go through blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, wow, man, this guy really knows his stuff. I like this guy. I trust this guy. I think that he's competent. And then you look down and you say, oh my gosh, he's in Colorado Springs. Well, I'm in Denver. That's not too far of a drive. I think it's not too far of a drive. I haven't been to the Springs in a long time, guys. But let's just assume it's like an hour drive or something. I'm going to say, man, I've got a truck, or when I buy my truck, I would like to send it to this guy to have him do an inspection to make sure that it's all fine and dandy. And so I take it to him to do the inspection. I meet him in face to face, real life, great guy. So now, whenever my truck breaks down in the future, or I need it serviced, I'm going to go to this guy. And guess what? My wife has a car. My kids have cars. So in the family, let's say we have 3 cars. So now all of a sudden, based on that one YouTube video, I'm taking all 3 of my cars to this guy every single time they have a mechanical issue or they need to be serviced. This is what we're talking about. And then looking at it with this plumbing video, it's going to be the exact same thing. So my toilet is clogged. Shoot, what do? I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to look for the best snake for plumbing and or auger or whatever. And I'm going to find this video and I'm going to be like, wow, this guy explained it in 2 minutes. He was very crystal clear, concise, sounds like he knows exactly what he's talking about. Oh, wow, he's in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. Great. Well, I would much rather have this guy do it than have to get my hands dirty and deal with a clogged toilet. I'm going to call this guy up. That's Josh is explaining it to you in technical terms, in terms that online marketers use. But at the end of the day, I'm explaining it to you in a way that walks you through the process of just a normal, average, everyday, Joe or Jane just having a problem, going to YouTube to fix it, and how that starts a trust relationship that leads to that person being a customer. So, Josh, let's see what the call to action is, or if he has one here. So he's got handyman school. So
I don't
that's
think he's selling anything. And so, I mean, if what this guy should be doing is whatever product he is using here, he should just have an affiliate link on
at the
Amazon.
very least. At the very least.
Of these 28,000 people, the only way you are watching this video is if you have this problem. I mean, there's no one else that cares about this. And
Josh,
so
look at the very first comment. Oh, so that's
I just saw mine today.
just bought mine today.
Yeah, you would be solving their problem quicker if you had a link to just say, hey, this is what I use. If you want to use it, here's the tool. And then you get 20 to 30% commissions on potentially 1,000 people that buy it.
Yeah. And by the way, that just to be clear, the product or the business that is offering that affiliate deal, they don't mark their product up by 30%. So for the customer, they get the same price. So let's just say that auger was $100. So if you buy from that guy, if he had an affiliate program, you'd still pay $100. But what would happen is instead of the $100 going to the auger company would take 70 and give 30 to the guy that did the video. So I just want to be very clear there that the customer is still paying the exact same price. So it's just a win-win-win.
It's just better for everyone. And they want to help you. If you're solving their problems, what you don't realize is people would prefer you to get the $30 for the affiliate link.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've always thought, and maybe this is just a crazy idea, but I've also thought for these kind of blue collar businesses, if it might be maybe a creative idea for them to do a monthly membership. So let's say that almost like plumbing insurance. So instead of just paying this guy $1,000 every single time he comes to your house, what if you just paid him, I don't know, $49 a month? And then so then whenever you have a problem, you just call him and he just shoots over and he's there within 2 hours and you don't have to pay him because you're just paying him monthly, almost like a gym membership. I know a lot of doctors do this. And so if that was a viable option for this business, then you could sell it the exact same way that I'm selling Rebel Capitalist Pro. Just instead of $97 a month, it's $49 or whatever it is. So
yeah,
main takeaway here,
because we did that with the T franchise where we added the monthly recurring, and so that's the entire goal of the funnel. And so I'll just share my screen super quickly, not to be redundant, but it's really just the content to the landing page, which is a lead magnet to where we're giving you a drink for just $1. So we're giving you a discount code.
Okay.
And then that gets sent to your email as well as to your phone number. So now we have your phone number, you have the coupon code, but we then upsell you to the VIP to get you on a repeat customer list, which is just like $20 per month. And so that's That's a super basic thing that any business could do, but you want to do this because then you have predictable reoccurring revenue and you know how much money you're going to make over the next 2 months.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude there, guys. We want to pitch, we want to do the CTA for us. The CTA here, call to action, is go check out our free, what's the risk reward there, Josh? Our free school community that is Rebel Capitalist Biz, B-I-Z Accelerator. So it's RC Biz Accelerator. And that is our new community on the school platform. There you go. And you guys, you can just watch that start here video, and you can join free, hang out there, ask questions. Josh and I will do everything that we can to answer those questions. But at the end of the day, what's not to like? I mean, you're a member of a super cool community of like-minded individuals that not only value freedom and liberty, but they're out there practicing the free market capitalism that we always talk about and growing their business. So go check that out. Josh will put a link in the description below. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, make sure you're standing up for freedom, liberty, free market capitalism, and we'll see you in the next video.